So it's been a few days since this past weekend and the whole audition agent review thing that I made my video about. It took me a couple days just to recover mentally from what happened this past weekend. It was mentally draining. It's mentally draining. And it was an experience. I can't. If you can't even put a price tag on that type of experience. I was super nervous. We had one shot, 1 60-second shot to portray our best foot forward in front of 20 different talent agencies and casting directors. And man, I had everything ready. I had everything good to go. And once I walked into that door, it all went out the window. And I did not do as well as I wanted to. And as soon as I was done, I knew once I was finished with my monologue, I was walking off that stage, I knew that I did not live up to my potential. And it was very upsetting to me. I felt like I choked. It's like I had the ball fourth quarter, 3 seconds ago, and you airballed it. I really feel like they did. I felt like I was flat. I felt like I was talking from here and not from within. The monologue, I wrote it myself. It was not like I was memorizing somebody else's lines, and I just didn't live up to my potential. But it was a great experience. And Sunday morning when I woke up and we were going to breakfast to figure out if we had got a call back from an agency, I was not expecting anything. And I got a call back. Got a call back from an agency up in New York, which I thought was really, really cool. They want me to do some more videos. So basically, a callback means that basically they want to represent you. And so I have an agent here in Texas, and I have an agent now representing me out of New York. I haven't signed any official documents. I still got to send over some things, but basically that's what that means, which I think is pretty awesome. It was 20 total casting agencies and casting directors and whatnot there, and talent agencies, and I got a call back from one of them. I am super fortunate to just get a call back from one, because I feel like what I did on Saturday was nowhere near of my capability, and it wasn't a good reflection of my talent, or at least my supposed talent. And it's just pretty cool. It's very surreal to where most people talk themselves out of doing things, and I almost talked myself out of it too. When I started doing these Mortgage Monday videos, even though they're not widely popular on the interwebs, or widely popular, they're somewhat popular within my local sphere here in Houston, and it just took one person to realize that and pass it forward, and then the rest was really up to me. Do I want to move forward in this? Do I want to pursue this maybe acting career, hobby? I don't even want to call it hobby. It's not a career because I haven't made any money on it yet. But it's like I almost didn't do it. I almost talked myself out of it when we went to that initial meeting at Page Parks, and it just proves to show that most people talk themselves out of things before they even do it, and I'm glad I didn't. And most people stop short of their talent, and I don't know. I promised myself that when I was not going back to my old 9 to 5 in the oil and gas industry, I promised myself that if there was opportunity, I was going to chase it, and not just chase it, but really make it my opportunity. And that's what I've done with the mortgage business. I have gone into an industry I had zero experience about. I mean, I dabbled in real estate, as a hobbyist, I guess. But then to make it a full-time career, especially at the age of 35, I mean, it's very, very, very hard to start all over. And what I learned from that is basically you have to stay consistent with it and persistent with it. And the more you do that, the more you kind of hone in on your craft a little bit, it makes things not easier, but it just helps pave that way. And that's what's happened with this whole acting thing. You know, I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. You know, took some classes. I liked them, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to try this. But if I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit myself to it, and I'm going to be consistent with it. I feel like most people are not consistent. They start off, you know, strong every day for 5 days, like whether it be working out or anything else, every day for 5 days, and then fall off for 5 days, and then get back on for maybe a day or two, and then fall off, and then get back on for another day. And I've always tried not to be that, and maybe it's paying off. I don't know. That's the consistency part of it, and the persistent part of it is not letting negative things get in your head, right? You know, on Sunday, this past Sunday, during the whole open call, you know, when I visited a few different talent agencies and casting agencies that I didn't get a call back from. And one of them was from a high-level guy who had casted, you know, for Pulp Fiction. And he had some harsh things, very direct. I shouldn't say they're harsh. I don't know. He was just being very direct. And, you know, most people would be like, yeah, he's right. I'm no good, and I'm just going to not do this ever again. But I know that little 60-second clip that he saw of me was not a true reflection of my capability. I want to learn more. To me, this is almost a little therapeutic, you know, when you start reaching for these emotions, and you never know, right? So that's where the persistency comes in, right? So consistently work on it, and persistent. You gotta stay persistent through the highs and lows, and I've learned that in my previous career in oil and gas. I've learned that from the game of playing golf, and even starting all over at the age 35, and doing, you know, 100% commission only type of role at my age with a young baby. You have to stay consistent and persistent with it, and now it's kind of all translating over into this acting, and we'll see. So I'm excited. It's weird to even say that I have an agent in Texas and an agent in New York, but that's where it's kind of leading to, and I'm excited, and I might start doing little videos like this just to kind of share the journey. And so if it inspires you to do something more, whether it be maybe pick up a hobby like golf, or just try something that you've never really wanted to try, you know, do something that scares you a little bit, that's another reason for these videos. So wish me luck. Enjoy the ride. I'm going to try to enjoy the ride, and we'll go from there, because it's just getting started, and it's kind of weird and very exciting to see where it may take me. I just have to be consistent and persistent with it. Until next time.